Hello everyone, it's Alex Foulkes, author of Rules for Vampires, which is my spooky, funny adventure out from myself and illustrator Sarah Ogilvie. Rules for Vampires is all about the adventures of Leo von Motterberg. This is Leo the vampire here. Now, on her 111th birth night, Leo sets out to hunt her very first human, as is vampire tradition. And unfortunately, things go wrong when she accidentally creates two ghosts who are at war with each other. She has to team up with an unlikely friend to undo this whole mess and defeat the wicked orphan master before her evil, powerful vampire mum finds out. Now, as you can probably imagine, with a title like Rules for Vampires, there's lots of rules that govern the vampire world in this story. I'd like to share with you now a bit of a reading, and we can get stuck in and find out about some of the vampiric laws and also about some of the cool powers that you get when you are a vampire. There were highs and lows to being a vampire. On one claw you got cool powers like beastly strength and hypnotism and the ability to grimwalk, a skill so fantastically, breathtakingly, spectacularly amazing it required an ooh just thinking about it. On the other claw, however, vampires were bound by the vampiric laws, rules to protect the balance between the worlds of the living and the undead. The 8 vampiric laws. Law number 1, the vampire will not enter uninvited. Rule number 2, the vampire will not stand in the light of day. Rule number 3, the vampire will not touch the purest silver. Rule number 4, the vampire will not partake in the foul bulb, flower or stalk of the garlic plant. Rule number 5, the vampire will not gaze upon holy artifacts. Rule number 6, the vampire will possess no reflection. And rule number 7, the vampire will consume the blood of the living, thus sustaining their immortal life unto eternity. Rule number 8, the vampire will undertake their first hunt on the dusk of their 100th vampiric year. Ooh, I hope you enjoyed that. That 8th rule is really what vampires is all about. This super important hunt, the first hunt that a vampire must ever go on. And of course for Leo, this goes terribly, disastrously wrong. This is what sparks the adventure in Rules for Vampires when she must race against time to undo what she has done. This tale is packed full of really big moments, too many to name, really. But my absolute favourite is when Leo and Minna, the ghost girl, go down to the kitchens in search of the salt, which is one of the ingredients that you need to kill a ghost, and they encounter Leo's sister, Emmeline. Now, Emmeline is interesting in that she's actually older than Leo. She was turned into a vampire before Leo, but she's trapped in the body of a 2-year-old, so she's a teenager toddler and behaves as such. She also has telekinetic powers, so she can move things with the power of her mind. And when Leo and Minna encounter her in the kitchens, there's this great big rumble where things explode out of the cupboards and start swirling around the room, pots and pans flying, knives flying, and I always describe this scene as the battle with the telekinetic toddler tantruming vampire. This is also a really beautiful book, and that is entirely thanks to illustrator Sarah Ogilvie. Sarah really has a way of being a little bit psychic and looking into the heads of the authors that she works with. And so the illustrations, especially of Leo's family here, who, as you can see, are very weird and wonderful, just like Leo herself. Sarah has a way of capturing them so perfectly, and when I first saw these, I did have a little cry because they were so perfect. So you can see here, this is Marged, the family butler, who is dusting the portraits, and this is the family. So you have a big one here of Leo's mum, Lady Sieglinde, who is the most evil, most powerful vampire in all the world. You have Leo here with her cat Button, Hold her in close, you can see her cheeky face there. You've got Leo's sister Emmeline. This is her big little sister, as it were. And Leo's dad, who is a scientist. You can see him here as well, sitting down with his, it looks like a blood cocktail with an eyeball in it. He's a classy guy, you know, you can see him there in his waistcoat and his pinstripe trousers. I think Sarah has done such a good job, and the book is illustrated throughout with these beautiful, beautiful pictures by Sarah. The character I would least want to meet from Rules for Vampires, it has to be a bit of a... I'm not sure about this, because on one hand you've got the evil orphan master, who is very much a terrifying, wicked character, but I think that the pure evilness of Lady Sieglinde, spat out by the underworld itself, I definitely would not want to run into Lady Sieglinde in the woods at night and have her chase me through the trees. Even though Leo does have this very perilous adventure in Rules for Vampires, in real life I am actually a bit of a wimp, I think. I'm a bit of a softie, although when I was around 11 years old, when I was much younger, I did used to spend a lot of time running around outside, especially because where I used to live, we had a lot of woods nearby. I used to go in there and be, you know, looking for bugs, making secret bases, climbing trees. I've definitely climbed a few trees that I probably shouldn't have done, but aside from that, I like to play it safe and be nice and comfy in my bat print pyjamas and have a cup of tea. I'd rather watch a scary movie than do something actually scary, which, you know, I suppose isn't very exciting. But, you know, I gotta be honest, this is the way I am. I hope you will agree, though, that this story is a complete roller coaster. It's been a complete roller coaster to write. Really, I think this is the most exciting thing that I've ever done, guys. And I hope that you enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it, because that's what would make me the most happy. I hope that maybe you might be able to imagine yourself as another friend for Leo and Minna, and you might be able to write stories and draw pictures of your own within this world. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, and I will see you again next time. Bye.